How's it going, guys? It's been a while. I've been working very slowly on the bed rack, and as you can see behind me, it's off the truck again. um, there was quite a few iterations that I went through in my mind on what I was gonna do. um, First, I was just kind of pretty much just kind of chop up what I had existing and just kind of lower it a little bit, and then one thing led to another. So here's some video from a while ago of what the plan was for the bed rack, and then I'll update you on where we're at right now. Right now what I am doing is I'm putting the bed rack back on. You can see I already got started. I'm going to be doing that, and we're going to be chopping it up and kind of like redesigning it, I guess you can say. So the way I want it is I want the height of the bed rack to be just above the window so I can still see out the back window. And I'm gonna use whatever I have right now. So I'll probably chop it up maybe even a little bit lower, I'm not too sure, but just to be safe, I'm gonna chop it like right here. We are going to be doing some pipe bends to make it look a little nicer, and so I might have to cut a little bit more, but I want to make sure I have enough pipe to begin with so I don't have to redo this. I do want the width at the top to be narrower than the tent, which I think is 48 inches. So what I'm gonna have to be doing is I'm gonna have to chop this off right here a little bit, because I think right now this from here to the other end is about 49 or so, and I just want the tent to be supported all around. So I'm going to be moving this pipe in a little bit, so that way from here to the other side it'll be under 48 inches, and so I'll have to cut this so I can push it in a little bit, but that shouldn't be too hard. And we're going to cut all this off on top, reuse whatever we can, and I'm still not sure. I'm debating, but the plan is for there's two plans right now. You're gonna have the rack go all the way to the very end and come straight down. Just come straight down like that, and that way I can maybe store some more stuff, because the tent will only go to about, I don't know, right here. So, and I think it leaves me like 20 inches of extra rack that I can use for storage. Which, I mean, I have a long bed, so there's plenty of storage. And then the other plan is wherever the tent ends, I'm gonna have a bar just kind of go down at an angle to this end. I think look a little cleaner that way. Not too sure, but when we get there, we'll get there. Right now I'm just mounting everything so we can kind of mark where we need to make some cuts, and then start re-welding the bed rack. So we're gonna get started on chopping up the bed rack, and what we're gonna do right now is basically just cut off this ambulance bar thingamajigger, and so we can use this material to play with to make some pipe bends. And I think I talked about a plan on what we're gonna do, and the plan's gonna change probably every day. But so we're gonna use this pipe right here to figure out a bit. What we want to do here is instead of just having this like almost like T or whatever, we want to make it a little bit nicer and have like a slight bend to make it, look nicer, I guess. So we're gonna chop this off and use this to play with bending some pipe, so we can kind of redesign this bed rack. So a little bit of a follow-up. I've already been working on the bed rack, and I was gonna do something really simple, and then Jack got a bright idea of using the pipe bender to make it a little bit nicer, and I listened to him, and which, I agree, it does look a little bit better. But this is where we're at on the bed rack. So the bed rack, I was simply just gonna like cut right here, lower this, and just weld it, but we do have a pipe bender, so Jack had an idea, and like I said, I agree. It does look cleaner to redo this part of the bed rack with what you can see here. I've already got one of the pieces bended, and so we're going to remove this, or get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of that. Same on the other side, and replace it with just this one pipe. And so we were learning a little bit with this pipe bender, and you simply cannot just put the pipe bender in one spot and then bend it. And what ended up happening is it ended up cranking like this right here. So, but worse. The plan is I'm working on the second piece that's gonna go on this side right here. So we'll replace it with, you know, a nice one-piece pipe that has a nice bend right here and then goes across to the other side, versus the way it is now, which is, it's not bad. And I don't know, I'm just rabbit holing into another frame off, but that's definitely not gonna happen. And so as of right now, I think I explained it, but you know, plans change every other day, is we're gonna have that one piece, this piece right here. So this piece that goes, you know, has that bend, goes across, bend, we're gonna weld that and replace this back part of it, weld it into place here. And then we're probably gonna reuse these. I was thinking about keeping it bolted, like a bolted rack. I'm not too sure if I'm still gonna do that, but I thought that would be easier to take off and on. I probably won't be taking this off, so I'll probably just weld it. And so basically it's gonna look similar to what it is right now with this new, I guess, cross member. And then I bought some C-channel, so that way I can put, see, I think I had the plan to put 1, 2, 3, and that should hold the bed rack. I don't know, somewhere maybe around right here, and then maybe like 2 more, just so to have like a surface for more storage, maybe like a water jug, or I'm not too sure. And then, since this is not set in stone, another thing I was thinking about is well, actually that's too late because I already bent this pipe. Scrap that. It's gonna look similar to this, just more low profile. So I'm going to continue on bending the rest of the pipe, which I'll show you right now. So here's the pipe bender, and this is my first try at bending the pipe. You can see how the pipe kind of collapsed on itself. And what I did is I put it in the pipe bender, and then just kept bending it till I got the angle that I wanted, and that didn't work out too well. So from online, one of the recommendations I saw online was this. Show you real quick. So this is working out. This method has been working out pretty well. So here's the center of our bend, and then from each side I did 3 more increments of 1 inch. And what I'm doing is I'm starting at this increment right in the center of the die, and I marked, you know, a reference point in the die. So here I'll have this centered in the die, and I'll do about 20 pumps, meaning 20 pumps of this, and then I'll move it over to this increment, 20 pumps, move it over, so on and so forth. And that gets me really close to the angle that I want. And then I'll go back and do it again, and doing 10 to 12 pumps each. And then maybe after, let's say if I start here and I'm about right here, I'll go ahead and just lay it up against the pipe that I've already bent to see if, you know, how much more I need to go. So I definitely don't want to overbend it, because then I won't be able to bend it back. So that's where I'm at right now, and I'm going to continue. I got 1 more bend to go, and then we'll get ready. I got to well, Jack has to get this out of the way. I know he's working on it, and so that way we can get to the welder, because the connection for the welder is right here, back there. So we need to get his 60 out of the way so I can continue mocking up my bed rack. And but I want to get this done, and then after I get this done, I really need to back up the mini truck so I can start mocking and tack welding everything in place. So now that I got that out of the way, this is where we're at right now on the bed rack on the mini truck. As you can see, I've taken the bed rack off, And like I said, I was gonna try to use as much metal as possible, and one thing led to another, and here I am with a lot of more new metal. So what I was gonna try to use these brackets, so I started cutting them off, and then I was like, man, I don't want to do this. So I got more angle iron to remake them, and I thought it'd just be easier. It was super cheap. It was 20 bucks for two 12-foot pieces, so I thought, why not? But yeah, I'm working on it. Originally there was like a small bracket here and a longer bracket here, so I'm thinking right now what I'm going to do is just use one long angle iron that goes all the way to the end, and because I do also like I said, there's a small bracket here, and I do plan to put like a tire rack mount that connects somewhere like right here, so I need that angle iron to be a little bit longer. And then what I'll probably do in the end, once it's all built, is cut out whatever angle that's just excessive that I don't need. Probably a piece right here in the middle, I'll cut that out. So I got the bars that go across right here, I got those bent. Might have to do a little bit more bending to get them exactly where I want them, but they're pretty much there, just need a little grinding to do. So I'm going to continue with where I'm at now. Alright, it's a little dark out here, but I did get the angle iron in place, and I don't know if you saw it, but on the old bar there was a angle iron that went from here to the other side. So I'm thinking about doing the same, just to I guess brace the bed of the truck so it doesn't want to, like, I don't know if I can do this, brace the bed of the truck so it doesn't want to like bulge outwards, and especially with the tent on there and then sleeping on there is gonna be a lot of weight. So I thought that was a good idea to continue that. But anyways, this is bolted in place, and like I said, I think I mentioned it before, but if not, I just used the whole piece of angle iron all the way to the back, and I think there's 2 bolts on this end, 2 bolts on the other end, and like I was gonna reuse the old brackets, but this was cheap and easy to do. And another good thing is, like I said, I want to do that tire mount, so I'm going to need a longer bracket on this side in the back. So I decided, you know what, let me go ahead and leave the angle iron the way it is, and then once I'm completely done with the rack and I know like I'm not going to want any more attachments, like maybe something in the middle, then I'll go ahead and trim what's excess, and just to lose a little bit of weight. But that's done. Next, I'm just finalizing the 2 bars that go, one in the back, one in the front. I'm just finalizing the height so it's all even, and hopefully tomorrow I'll start welding those bars on the truck, and then bolt the bars that go from connect. Anyways, I'll show you once I get there, but yeah, I'm getting close to hopefully welding tomorrow, and then there's still a lot more to be welding. I still got to like trim and modify the C-channel so I can weld those on as well. But that's gonna be it for this video. This is to be continued, so I hope you all enjoyed, and stay tuned for next video so you can see the hopefully it'll be the final product. But still a lot of work to be done. But anyways, check y'all later.